Have you been treated unjustly before? Have you been treated unfairly and it seems like the people who did that got away with it? My name is Ernest Wamboye and you are watching CITAM Church Online. There's nothing as bad as being treated unjustly and the people getting away with it. Have you felt like that before? I've felt like that before. I've been treated like that by so many people, and at times I feel like I want to revenge, I want to get back at them so that they can know who's boss. But when I look at the scriptures, I look at the example of Jesus Christ, and we are given an example in the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 on how Jesus Christ reacted when he was treated unjustly. Now, Jesus Christ is the core, the foundation of the Christian faith. And he is the one who tells us that because I was treated unjustly, you can know how to react when treated unjustly. The Christian God is unique because he understands pain. He understands suffering. When you go through life and you are struggling and you're saying, where was God when this happened? God has the authority to say that he was there. When his son was dying, he was there. He felt the pain. He felt the frustration. God himself, Jesus Christ, can say, I was on the cross. I felt pain. I know what it means to be treated unjustly. And look at what we are told about Jesus Christ. We are told in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 22. It says, he committed no sin and no deceit was found in his mouth. Now, this is the first lesson for us. Whenever people treat us unfairly, we must make sure that no deceit and no sin is found in our mouths. We must resist all attempts to actually strike back, not only physically, but especially with our mouths. When we are treated unfairly, the natural reaction is to hit back, to insult, to get back, to sucker punch this person and make them feel just as bad as you feel. But we have been told that Jesus Christ committed no sin, no deceit was found in his mouth. Let it be found that you are without mistake when others rallied up against you. Let it be found that you stood firm and refused to bow down to the temptation of sin with your mouth when you are reviled, when you are treated unfortunately. And it says in verse 23, when they hurled insults at him, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Now the second reaction has to do again with our mouths. It says, do not retaliate and do not make any threats. Jesus Christ had the capacity to call upon legions of angels to attack the Roman soldiers who were mistreating him. But he kept quiet. He kept to himself. He did not threaten them. Even when taken before Pilate, he says, I have the power to call legions of angels. But he did not threaten Pilate with it. He did not say, touch me again and you will see. Do this to me again and you see. Do you know who my dad is? And at times when we make threats, we are doing that in a bid to survive. It's a form of self-survival mode, self-preservation. But the Lord is telling us, make no threats. Do not sin with your mouth. Do not retaliate and make no threats. Do not threaten this person. Do not make them feel like they're in trouble. Now, what should we do? We are told in verse 24 that in verse 23, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. We've been told the solution to Jesus' situation. He did not retaliate, he did not sin with his mouth. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. Guys, you must understand that there's a God who sees everything. We call him Jehovah El Roi, the God who sees. There's nothing that passes his attention. He says that every tear will be wiped away on that final day of judgment. He says that every unjust deed will be recompensed. It will be paid. Now we must believe that by faith. And we must believe that God has good plans for us even right here on earth when we are treated unjustly. The question is, will we, like Jesus Christ, entrust ourselves to God who judges justly? I remember some time back when I was looking for a job and I met this employer and I was late for the meeting because I was held up in my internship, and I explained to him why I was late, and when I got there, he embarrassed me in front of everyone. He shouted at me in front of his employees. He opened the door and shouted at me and told me, get out of my office, and he didn't want to listen to anything, and I was severely embarrassed, and I walked out and I wanted to retaliate. I wanted to speak back at him, but the Lord told me, no, Ernest, like Jesus Christ, be quiet. And he told me, Ernest, don't even threaten him, just walk away. Now 6 months later, the irony is that that same man needed some help from me. And he tried to get the help from someone else, but everyone kept referring him to me. And so the same man who treated me badly, the same man who shouted at me in front of his employees and commanded me to get out of his office, invited me back into his office, helped me sit down, gave me a cup of tea, and asked me if we could work together towards a certain business proposal. Now, even at that moment, I was tempted to threaten him and tell him, I am not offering you any business. You deserve it for how you treated me badly. But the Lord said, entrust him to me. I'm the one who judges justly. And I treated him well, and he was very uncomfortable. And in fact, the Bible says that it is like putting hot coals on your enemies, you know, because you respond with grace. I charge you, as a follower of Jesus Christ, respond with grace. God's vindication will be for you both here and in the afterlife. And you will truly see that his vindication is better than your own retaliation. Thank you so much for watching. This is CITAM Church Online, and if you'd like to connect with us, please look out for the numbers at the bottom of your screens and for our social media links. We'd like to connect with you, and until next time, I'm Ernest Wamboye, looking forward to hearing from you.